So I think that you hit a note there where you talked about goal setting.
Yeah.
Goal setting is really where it all starts.
Yeah. It's huge.
So us being able to get together and say, hey, you know what targets are you going to hit? And then Andy and Mike have been talking to me a lot about this mathematical equation because they know I don't do math. Both those guys are engineers.
Same.
I mean, it only took me twice to pass algebra. Uh, so so it's leads times activity times
Hmm.
coaching equals the result.
Right.
So the one thing I did remember from algebra class was that anything times zero equals zero. So if I have leads and I have activity but I don't have coaching,
Hmm.
the result is going to be no bueno.
Right.
Or if I have activity and I have coaching but I don't have leads, that's not good either. So if any of those are jacked up, it's going to give me a not good result. So the cool part here is that so looking at your calendar, because I know now doing what you do in the medical field, you are scheduled, correct or not correct?
Um, so yes, I have a pretty crazy schedule. I'm kind of all over the place. So, I get patients thrown on me throughout the week and I just have to see them, but I set my schedule in a way that I have availability to get things done.
Okay,
I mean, you have to. So,
cool, cool.
yeah.
Have you? Hey, Steve, can you give me access to share a screen, please, please?
Yep, give me 1 second.
Oh, you bet. So I apologize for not asking earlier. Um, so the cool thing here is that Cameron, is that on your end, being goal oriented and having to be focused in your job because you're a busy professional. So of course you can't just tell your physical therapy clients, I'll show up sometime today.
Right.
You have to be very, you know, focused and you have to know when you're showing up because they have to know when you're showing up. Well, the
Right.
cool thing is this. I'm gonna, and this may blow your mind, but do you know that people who have a full calendar, like their calendar has a bunch of stuff in it, but it's all like they tend to get more stuff done
Yeah.
than the person who just has a to-do list and like, hey, I'm going to get these 22 things done today. And then at
Hmm.
the end of the day, they're like, holy crap, I was busy all day,
Hmm.
but I didn't really get all my stuff done. But if it all made it in the calendar, it's magic that it gets done.
Yeah. It's
So,
amazing.
and I've heard Andy say this a ton of different times when he's talking about uh, trying to coach folks on like, or he's talking about his schedule, and his schedule is crazy. So if you haven't seen this yet, have you ever seen one of these sheets on
Mhm.
from the activity book?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have an activity book?
Oh, yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yep.
So this goes back to, setting out your calendar. Like if you will be willing to lay your calendar out and just block out those A activities. Like for you right now, an A activity may be, hey, my job, you know,
Hmm.
your workouts, all those things that have to get put in there. And then you find that, hey, I have that, and you said it, I have that 1 hour that I'm able to dial.
Right.
So can I book that 1 hour? But if you would, are you typically, is Sunday usually kind of a rest day for you, or kind of a get your mind right day, or
No.
is it, or is it a work day?
It's a work day. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would say, hey, scheduling in a time to schedule your day or to
Hmm.
schedule your week is going to be huge.
Right.
You scheduling time in your week. And so for me, that's typically between 7 and 9 on Sunday. I am blocking out that time so I
Hmm.
can actually look at my calendar for the next week. And so
Hmm.
that way I know. And then before that, scheduling time. So this would be a good time for you to be talking to James and Pam, or you and I to be talking about, hey, what's your lead plan? Are we dialing on Monday? So
Right.
so with your work week, I'm not going to go too deep here, but with your work week, are you going to be because you're still working a full-time schedule, are you running
Hmm.
appointments 1 day a week, 2 days a week, 4 days a week? How does your week look?
So I want to try to do 3 days a week for appointments.
Okay.
Saturdays, obviously, I have the full day, so I
Sure.
can do Saturdays all day.
Sure.
And then dialing 2 days a week. So
Okay.
that's my right now for the month of May. Anyway.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm gonna give you 2 tasks.
Okay.
Okay. One is I'm gonna have you pull your activity sheet out. I'm gonna have you pull your activity book out and write out what your week looks like for work for the next week. Okay.
Okay.
And like what it's gonna look like. And then this is when I'm gonna run appointments, because do you have a target of how many appointments you want to run?
Yes.
Okay. So then we're actually going to block in those appointments in your schedule, and then lay out when you're going to dial. And then I'd love for you to share that with me and James and Pam.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
this is what my week looks like. This is what my target is of how many appointments I'm running. And then ask the question, is there anything on here that I should tweak? Is there anything on here you think I should change? Is there any, because sometimes it's, because truthfully, if you just give us the schedule, and this was a huge aha moment to me one time that Mike laid out, was I gave him my schedule and then I said, this is what I'm going to do. Well, it didn't give him any room. I just said, this is what I'm going to do. Well, that's not me asking for coaching.
Right.
That's me just telling him what I'm going to do. So he really, Mike and I have a good enough relationship that he just asked, okay, bro, do you want me to give you some insight on this? Oh, yes, please, please, please. So I would encourage you to say, hey, this is what my schedule looks like right now. Is there anything on it I should tweak? I should change? I should add to it? Because the other thing that we want to add in there is we want to add in, when are we going to do your recruiting? When are we going to, because that's another skill set. And so when are we going to start building your team?
Right.
And so maybe it's like, hey, I'm going to be, when can we schedule some cold market recruiting? Getting you on the phone with Clay or Lucero at President's Club, helping get you on the phone with my staff or Mike and Noel's staff to be able to help make sure that we have some interviews set for you. And that starts, and then we will schedule a coaching and accountability time. Okay.
Sounds good.
Dude, I am so stoked.
I'm excited.
I'm telling you, I am fired up for watching what you're doing. And I'm excited because the end of May, we have 34 days. I'm fired up out of my mind right now to see what
I am too.
What Cam Pearson is going to create in the next month.
I know. Big things.
It's going to be
Big
bad.
things coming.
5 people at family reunion, retiring the end of next month, and taking over the world. All right.
Yep.
Well, buddy, I am so grateful for you. Thank you for hopping on. I know you got
Thank you for having me.
Go and help. You betcha.